Go ahead.
Well, this is showing a very advanced case of glaucoma where the peripheral vision starts to really just fade out.
In my training, we were taught that sometimes like an acute glaucoma episode is when you see halos around lights at night, things like that. And eye pain also?
Exactly, with acute glaucoma.
Okay, now next I guess we've got age-related macular degeneration. Let's take a look at that.
And that's a good example. It's almost the opposite of glaucoma because here you can see the very center of the vision is distorted and affected, whereas the periphery is okay.
So when they say macular degeneration, the macula is the center of the vision.
That's right.
Focus area.
That's right.
And lastly here, let's see what we've got. That is retinitis pigmentosa.
Yeah, and this is a disease not very common compared to glaucoma or age-related macular degeneration, but it does affect the peripheral vision in, as you can see, very distorted ways, and eventually in end stages can lead to complete blindness.
Now, I imagine the most common presentation for most people is no symptoms at all.
Exactly. These conditions, they don't have any pain. Most people don't even notice them in the beginning. So the best way to treat these conditions is to go get that annual eye exam by your eye care professional.
And finally, I guess we're going to try to dispel a myth or two. Give me a myth we can dispel that people have out there.
Well, I remember growing up, and I think most people can relate to that reading in the dark is bad for your eyes. And
you guys, people are chuckling. You all remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's still getting passed down, probably, parents, moms, dads to their kids right now. But the reality is 100% myth, not bad for your eyes at all.
On the other hand, here we are living in Southern California. We walk around without paying much attention to the sun. I imagine that's a much more serious issue.
Absolutely, because people think being outside, it's great to be outside, and they don't think about wearing sunglasses to protect their eyes. And actually, parents don't even think about it for their kids as well. So very important. I brought a pair of sunglasses here that have this wraparound design to help block out more sun, because a lot of excessive sun damage can cause problems like chronic redness in the eyes or yellow spots in the eyes that can affect people's self-esteem.
Is it important these be polarized, lenses?
Well, polarization actually helps cut down on glare, but the key is the 100% UV protection in these lenses. That's the key.
Interesting. And then finally, I understand you have an issue with us watching television and computers up close.
Right. So a big myth also is parents telling their kids, don't sit so close to the TV. That's bad for your eyes. But again, the reality is that that's not bad for your eyes, but that's a symptom of having potentially being nearsighted or having myopia. So if someone's children are sitting close to the TV...
Get their eyes checked.
Get their eyes checked because they might need glasses at that point.
Very interesting. All right, for more eye care tips and myths, check out our website. Thank you, Dr. Brian. Thank you for what you did for Brianna. Really
appreciate it. It's a real pleasure.
Really, it is life-changing, truly. We will be right back. Stay with us. Now, before we go, Brianna actually asked if she could speak to the audience, so let's get some audience questions. You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
You have this little implant in your eye. Can you feel anything in there, or is it unremarkable? I mean, can you feel something?
Sometimes it feels like there's an eyelash in your eye, but it goes away really fast.
Was there something more noticeable when you first had the procedure?
Well, it was a little irritating, but after a little bit of a rest, it goes away.
It does.
And other questions?
Is there a certain age group that is affected by it?
That gets keratoconus?
Yes.
Well, mostly in young teens.
It does go in families, though, too, doesn't it?
So if an adult has it, you might want to get your children checked.
That's absolutely entirely correct. It's younger adolescents, they start having vision problems. That's certainly a reason to check for this. And if there's any family history, it does have somewhat of a genetic component to it. Well, my dear, thank you. Thank you for letting us participate in your story and your journey. And we want to leave all of you with some final takeaways on maintaining your kids' visions. And Brianna is here now to help me out with this, of course, so let me start. First, if your kids are having problems in school with grades or suffering from headaches when reading and studying, don't ignore their symptoms. Get them checked. They may need glasses.
Next, kids need to eat enough vegetables, spinach, kale, carrots, and bell peppers. They all contain the antioxidants healthy eyes crave.
You know, I'm just thinking, but I need a fill-in host. I know who I'm going to. So finally, remember the rule of fives. Children should have an eye exam at the age of 5, 10, and 15. Thank you all for watching today, and we'll see you next time on Life Changers.
They argue nonstop.